Hi, my name is Jeremy, your dedicated F5 account manager. My SE and I have had a few calls with your teams recently, and we're invited to come in and discuss the integration of your current F5 practice into your DevOps environments. Now, I'm really glad to see some of your developers that are here in the room, and I'm excited to share our work with you. That said, before we get in the conversation, I did want to ask, are there any other questions that you might have for us to answer during our time together? Okay, great, thanks so much. Typically, I'll start with a 10-minute whiteboard giving a high-level business overview, and then we can take the remaining 45 minutes to get a better understanding of how your current architecture might benefit. And I did have this meeting on my calendar for an hour. Is that still good? Great, thank you so much. Now, as we have multiple areas of your business represented here, I did want to take a quick moment and baseline the conversation for everyone, beginning with a brief overview of DevOps. Now, F5 understands DevOps as the combination of workflows between two parts of the business that have traditionally operated within their own silos, which we have development and operations. So I am going to put dev over here, and I am going to put ops to this side. Now, F5 understands that DevOps takes these two groups up and they pool the people, the processes, and products they support into one working group, allowing what we know as continuous integration and continuous delivery. And I'm going to put CI over here, and I'm going to put CD over here. Devs are looking for speed, and ops are looking for both stability and control. Combining these efforts together, though, should allow for both to operate in a very collaborative manner. So let me draw what this looks like from a CI/CD cycle standpoint. And I'm just going to draw this little infinity loop right here. And then let's talk about the process. So it starts with plan, and then code, and then build, test, release, and then we have deploy, operate, and then we have finishing up measure. Now with this, there are still challenges. Moving to an optimized DevOps environment really focuses, from our perspective in this conversation, on two specific challenges. Those challenges are process-based challenges and collaboration-based challenges. Now, process-based challenges are a big one for our clients, as are for you specifically. Rolling out new tools can add to complexity, especially for users that are unfamiliar with those tools. They might have to go out and require new skill sets that they might not already have, and we know that that takes time, and that unfamiliarity slows down this optimization that you see on the board. As we also know, the traditional network tools that are being utilized by network operators over here, well, they haven't been designed to be used as a part of the agile development process that you see, making it tough at best to collaborate. Now, what does this equal? For most of the market, from our conversations, it means a potential subversion of the standard processes for the sake of speed. Let me say that again. It means a potential subversion of standard processes that are from over here for the sake of speed. We have seen dev groups lose precious time in sprints because they're waiting for processes and products to be provisioned and deployed so that they can get to their work. And we have also seen a greatly increased risk and exposure to data breaches as those processes are being subverted. And applications being built to the cloud don't have the proper security in place. So what does this equal? Well, for most of the market, it equals tension. It equals trouble. And you could be coming to us asking, how do we work better together with our application services? How do we make it easier for our developers to provision, spin up, and deploy the services that we require them to have in order to remain compliant with our security policies? And this is where F5's automation toolchain comes in, and I'm really excited to share it with you right now. Our toolchain allows both network and application services to be completely managed through simple, declarative APIs. It's modernized and ready to be integrated into this optimized process that you see. The great thing about it as well is that it is open source software and available on both GitHub and Docker Hub. And now there are 4 elements to our automation toolchain that I'm going to share with you and just bake into your existing pipeline. The first one is bootstrapping. Now, Bootstrap is where clients like you use templates from F5 on GitHub and Docker Hub to start F5 instances in both public and private clouds. The next part of the process is called declarative onboarding. Now, declarative onboarding is where we enable initial config and provision of F5 solutions and config of objects in layers 2 and 3. Like self-IPs and VLANs and other objects. Then we get into the foundation and core of our automation toolchain. I'm going to put it both on the CI and the CD side, is Application Services 3. Now, AS3 is, like I said, at the core of our automation toolchain and allows devs to automate layers 4 through 7 services and provides our foundation to enable our infrastructure as code strategy. What that means is that you can deploy these services in a declarative model using REST. The last piece is called telemetry streaming. Now, TS, or telemetry streaming, is our portion of the automation toolchain as an extension that can take all of the event logs and management logs from your applications and then send those to tools like Splunk and others. Lastly, I'd like to share with you how we've seen devs utilize our services and how operators manage it and how it's licensed. Our NGINX controller, which I will draw right down here, our NGINX controller is extremely lightweight and works in containerized environments like Docker and Kubernetes, and integrates with config management tools that you know, like Chef and Puppet, Ansible, Jenkins, and others. Having the ability for you, our developers, to keep utilizing your same programming languages and tools is key. The second is how we have seen developers mainly consume F5 services, which is through our utility-based model, F5 Cloud Services. Provisioning is instantaneous, and it integrates with ecosystem tools like Jenkins, Terraform, and others. Now, so far, this meeting has been about F5 and how our value integrating with your DevOps strategy could make sense. What I'd like to do now, though, is bring my SE up here to the whiteboard and spend the next 45 minutes or so discussing your strategy and helping you better understand how F5 can be a fit to help automate and streamline delivery of services to your applications.